Hey everybody, it's Ashley. Um, and sorry about the light. I guess it's darker than I thought it was. It couldn't tell. But I'm sorry I missed last week. I know, and the week before I kind of did an impromptu live. But hey, so the world has changed quite a bit in 2 weeks, right? But I thought I'd get on here today and get back to my normal schedule of every Wednesday at noon. And today we're going to talk about, what did I call it? A secret research tip for low content books. I don't know if it's exactly a secret. It's something I looked for before, but it's kind of moved a little bit. And so I was surprised when I was trying to fiddle with it today that it was there because I've been doing some research. Um, I don't know about you. My sales have not I have a lot of in the summer travel, spring break type realm. And so since everybody's spring break got canceled, I'm doing okay, but my sales have not been the best. So I decided to kind of branch out and do something a little different. I decided to think about and do research on what kind of books would people want now that kind of maybe the world has shifted. How could I help? It's not that I want to benefit off of tragedy. You can't do anything with the COVID virus or anything like that. But how could I help people, right? I like to solve problems. So what type of problems or things do I think that people will need going forward? So that's what I kind of decided to shift my research to. One of my brand names that I've been trying to build a brand this year was that whole travel kind of industry. And I'm doing okay, not fantastic, not as well as I had hoped because of everything that was happening. Hey, Teresa. And so, anyway, so I decided to kind of shift my focus and do something a little different. So I was doing research. I'm going to talk about my secret research tip. Like I said, I don't know how secret it is. But I also was going to answer a few questions that have been kind of piling up, I think, the past few weeks while I've been gone. So I was going to answer some questions from Khalid and a few others. I think Ali was one of the other ones. Okay, my secret research tip. I haven't figured out the whole screen sharing while live thing. I'm sure you can do it because I've seen people do it, but I'm still low tech on YouTube. I will learn as I go. I will get more professional as I go. You're getting the mommy hair because I was teaching kindergarten to my kindergartner because all my children are home for the rest of the year. And I am a terrible kindergarten teacher. Anyway, so I was doing research yesterday. I have to say my productivity has been way low, so don't feel bad. Just keep going on. And that's where I am. I'm going to reshift and focus and keep going on. So my research tip. I thought this was cool, and I've kind of always looked for it. Have you ever seen the Also bots? Thanks for the thumbs up. Hey, Jacqueline. So have you ever seen the Also bots? So the items that people buy together or people thought about, or those are really powerful, because what is really powerful about the Also bots is that people buy things together. They may buy a few activity books or different things. I was actually looking into the gratitude journal niche. I know Pretty Simple Planners has gratitude journals and they dominate, but I was looking for more niche down things. And I actually, in looking for that, doing this technique, I found something I'd never thought of before. So that's why I was thinking this is a really good idea to, sorry, I have allergies. I'm not sick. I'm just allergic to every pollen out there. So I was researching and I found a totally different niche I'd never thought of for kids. And I love making kids book. I have 4 girls, so they can test out my products and tell me if they like them or don't like them. So I like to make kids stuff. I make adults, I make kids stuff, but I do make a lot of kids stuff. So here's my tip. What you do is you go into incognito mode. Now, incognito mode, you can do it from non-incognito mode, but I found this works a little bit better, incognito mode. I do a lot of my research just on Amazon, and I know it has Amazon bias, but I still have some good results with that. But I thought this, actually, I tried it both ways, and I thought this worked better in incognito mode. So what you do is you go to incognito mode, and you can do that. I wrote this down. Windows, Control-Shift-N, and if you're on Chrome browser, Foxfire, any of those kind of Windows ones, or a Mac, you Command-Shift-N. I know there's something about little dots, but I can never find them. So Control Shift N or Command Shift N for a Mac. And that was easy. So I wrote it down and put a little sticky note on my computer so I don't have to think about it that hard. Okay, so now do some research. Gratitude journal for kids, right? So I typed in that actually just like 20 minutes ago. And what you do is you type in whatever you're looking for and find one that's selling well. Maybe not number one, but something that's selling well. You can do it on a laptop, actually. The look inside feature does work definitely works on an Android phone. I know it actually works on my iPad if I'm running Chrome. So I'm not using the app. I'm actually on a Chrome browser. It works just fine, at least for me. So you have to be able to get to that look inside feature. So open up the look inside feature, and then what you'll see on this right-hand side is also bots. And I went and did Gratitude Journal for Kids, and then I found like a product that I thought was selling well that was cute and interesting. And I clicked on that, opened the look inside feature, and I found some really cool stuff for also bots that I had never thought of. Different types of different books that kids like, not just gratitude journals, but things that in that age group, I would say, is probably interested in. And I found some stuff that I was like, oh my gosh, this is a great idea. Why didn't I think of this before? So it kind of expands your ideas. So you can make one product and then make a product that's related to it. And then what you do is, so you make this kind of grouping of products that kind of go together in that sense, the things that people also buy together, right? Or also look at. Then what you do is follow the rabbit trail around, see what interesting products you can find by doing that also bots. Click on that product and then open that look inside feature and then look and see what's there. And you can kind of make like what they call it, following the rabbit trail, right? And see what works. Now you got to look at the BSRs. You got to make sure there's some demand, but do remember, if Amazon is suggesting this is an also bought item, it is most likely they're suggesting it because it is bought often. They wouldn't suggest it if it's never purchased. So use Amazon's own algorithm to your advantage. It's trying to suggest to you as a buyer what to buy. So they're going to do that for the products that sell, right? The products that convert. Hey, Laura. So that was kind of my idea. And I follow that rabbit trail around, document your rabbit trail, because then what you want to do on the back end is you want to do the AMS ads. So you want to target AMS ads. You can do an auto campaign, but then also do a manual campaign. I'm a big fan of auto and manual to see what works best. Sometimes my manual performs way better. Sometimes my auto performs better. But one of the things I do is I actually target on my manual a lot of the pages I found. So the specific books I found on a gratitude journal that I liked. I would target that actual name and that author. So you can do that on an ad. You cannot do that in your keywords, but it is perfectly legal in an ad to target those pages on a manual AMS ad. So I hope that helps. I got some cool stuff today, just in literally it's probably 30 minutes ago now. And I was like writing stuff down really quick before I got on here because I'm like, wow, this is really neat. Because what I really wanted to talk about was that also bot feature, and it moved from where it was previously, or at least where I thought it was. Incognito, look at hacker very back. I know this is like literally I have like my PJs on under here. So I put on like a sweatshirt so I didn't look quite as sad as I normally do. Okay. So Ali, I think it's maybe you. I had questions from Khalid and Ali. So it might be your question. Okay. So Khalid's was, when you do the keyword fields, do you separate the words by a comma? No, that the comma counts. Any sort of punctuation counts for your character count. Don't use S's. So don't use plurals. Don't use, commas. Don't use any punctuation. Yep. You do want to spell the words correctly. Don't use common misspellings. You can try that in keywords, but Amazon's pretty smart. It knows what people are trying. I mean, you've typed in things wrong before in the Amazon search bar and it found it, right? They kind of have some common misspellings. So I wouldn't, unless you're targeting a specific thing, like color for the UK is spelled differently than color. So if you're maybe targeting, maybe your product is a little more UK focused. I actually have a notebook that does really well in the UK, but not as well in the US market. So I actually have targeted the UK words, and I've kind of changed my keywords based on that because I found out, oh, this sells in the UK for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. So I changed my keywords to have the UK spelling, and it seemed to do better. So use the correct words unless you're trying to target a specific thing like that. Okay, what has been selling for me? Oh, gal, I'm so sad. I was expecting a really good month, and it was going so well until like what, the 11th, 12th? Oh, and then it like died. And then I think we had some reporting problems when kind of everything in the US shut down because yesterday or the day before we did the 2 days ago was the distributed sales. I had a huge bunch of stuff sell that day. Like I was selling like 2 or 3 books. I was selling normally about 20 books up until about 12, somewhere right around there. And then I went down to 2 and 1 and 3, and I hadn't been that low in a really long time. So then I had a ton sell on that distributed day. So I think it was kind of some catch up from some of the glitches they've had. So if you've had really low sales, it is true, there's low sales. But and like I said, most of my stuff was travel. So actually my travel stuff is selling. It's just not as selling as well as it usually does. The stuff I've been found selling is planners. I've sold a lot of planners and journals, which is weird because it's March, but maybe everyone decided they're home, they're going to be more organized. So a lot of my planners that I put out in August, September timeframe for 2020 have been selling, which I thought kind of odd, but yeah, after March 11th, it's been crickets. Yeah, I know. I've been selling 20, 30 books a day, and I went to like 2 and 1 and 3, and it hurts. It really does. Like I woke up this morning and almost a lot of mornings to 0, and that's very sad because it hasn't been that since like a year and a half ago. But my travel still is selling, not as well. More of the summer focused travel. I guess my spring break type stuff, not so much. But the summer travel is still selling. Like I said, allergies. Sorry. That stuff's been selling. What else has been selling? Planners, some journals. I guess people are taking up journaling. I have really cute patterned journals that are niche oriented, like cute patterns and stuff. And those have been selling. Sold a few wedding planners. Yeah, I thought about doing some wedding planners. But like I've been trying to get into, like I was thinking, kids activity books. I do have a few kids activity books. Like I have an Easter coloring. It hasn't sold yet. And I have a kids activity book I just put up that I thought was fun. My kids thought it was fun. But it hasn't sold yet. But maybe that's because I run some ads, but I haven't put enough money into my ads probably yet. We'll see how that goes. I just put that up a week ago. That one, strangely, went through in 24 hours. It's been taking a week, but that one, it was very detailed. There wasn't, like every single page had a different page, and I had different coloring books and different activities. And so it was, and there was some words, like, actual written words on each page. So maybe that helped. I'm not sure. But that one went through fast. I don't know if it's gotten into the algorithm real well yet. I just started ads yesterday, the day before. So I don't know. Anyone else selling anything interesting? I'm going to flip the thing here to my next question. What was it? Not that one. Not that one. Okay. Oh, can you talk about your routine and keeping focus? That's from Allie. Normally I would I'd get my kids off to school, work out, and then I would plan out, like on Sunday, kind of, okay, I have a bunch of research I have done. Like I literally have about 40 or 50 different ideas that I've kind of researched already. So it's funny because at the beginning I had no ideas whatsoever. And then you start getting ideas and just write them down in a notebook. So what I do is I'd kind of pick ones that I thought would work for this time of year, and then I would work on those. I get bored easily, so I would switch gears, which is probably bad. But if I got bored, I'd finish the product. And then once I got done with it and uploaded it, I might change gears to some other product. Instead of maybe travel, I'd work on a kid's activity book, or I would kind of switch it around because I'm easily bored, and moving my projects around made it more exciting for me. But I have kind of a list. So I pick like 2 or 3 that I'll work on. And then I'll work on those until I usually get my kids off school, work out. Then I do some work until about noon. And then I usually go for like a walk. And then I come back, work for a little bit until my kids come home at 2 and go off. Now I'm being a kindergarten teacher. My best time, and I'm a terrible parent. I'm letting my daughter watch her iPad, and when it dies, she'll come in here. So hopefully we're done before she comes in here with her dead iPad. So I'm trying to get 2 hours of work maybe at night. I found it very distracting. It's hard. I'm the type of person, it's not that I try and ignore what's going on, but I try and not concentrate on it, because the more you concentrate, there's no worry, doesn't help anything, right? I like to take action. And since the action right now is staying home, there's not a lot of action. And I'd say staying home is great. I could get more work done, but I have all my kids here. So like 2 hours a day. I'm glad your activity books for kids are doing well. And I only have 1 or 2, so I don't have a lot there. I found some really cool ones, like when I was doing research, like different type ones that I thought, oh, that would be really fun to do. So I don't, yeah. So look at kids stuff and then follow those rabbit trails. There's totally a lot of activity books you didn't think of that are, instead of just like prompts and stuff, there's a lot more than I realized. I should know that probably, but I didn't. So yeah, schedule is a little hard now. I'm trying to figure out how I can reschedule myself. But let's see. Next question. I had one more. Okay, so Khalid had asked about, he's been doing KDP for 40 days and he has 25 books and he hasn't sold anything. First off, I would say 25 books, it's a lot, but when you don't know what you're doing, when you're first starting, you could get lucky and your first book could do awesome. Or it might take your 100th book just because you don't know exactly what you're doing. What you think is really cool and a great cover, the customer may not think. So sometimes it took me a lot of time to figure out I threw a lot of spaghetti at the wall before anything stuck. I am the poster child for perseverance. I've been doing KDP since 2015, and I just found I was doing a lot of author stuff before, which takes a lot of time. But low content, I've probably been doing 3 years, with like last year's when I really started to try and put more effort into it. But I'm kind of the poster child for throwing a bunch of spaghetti at the wall and like nothing sticking, and like having maybe one strand stick. So 25 isn't a lot. It could be a lot if you really research, you really know what you're doing. If you're a graphic designer and you really know your niche, or you can get a lot of feedback from other people other than just yourself, that might, then you might get, lucky, not lucky, but you can get kind of lucky on your first one. But 25 isn't a lot. So, and I think also with the current environment, you've got to reshape what you're doing, right? Like kids' activity books. Jacqueline, you said a wedding planner. Anyone else having things that are selling? Like I said, my work planners were selling, which I thought odd. A few of my travel stuff. Some of my really, really niche travel stuff is selling because it's really specific and it's kind of a summer thing. So I guess people are still hoping they get to go somewhere for summer. Let's see. Yeah, that's mostly what's been selling. I've been sad because, so, some of them, I have some church stuff, some like religious type stuff that's been selling. So I don't know if people are looking into religious stuff more because of that. They're sitting home. People are scared. Maybe that fear. I had some stuff specifically for that, and it's been selling, which I thought kind of odd too. Let's see. The Pomodoro technique where you use a timer. Ali, yep. Breaking it into intervals. I drink a lot of water, so I get up to go to the bathroom a lot. So I'm usually trying to go really fast because before my next bathroom break, I'm always thirsty. My allergies and I'm on like 4 or 5 different allergy medicines. They make me really thirsty all the time. So I totally get up and take a break all the time. I'm also watching where you are, and I also see, wait, while I'm watching you right now, I'm trying to find the also button ad I don't see. It's not an ad. So you go into the, gosh, I wish I could show this. Well, I don't, you go into, maybe I'll have to do a video. You go into the look inside feature. Like I said, I don't know how to share my screen. You go into the look inside feature and over to the side. So like the actual, you're looking at the book, to the side, there should be a bar that says also bot. It's like really tiny little thumbnails. I didn't do anything special to my computer, so I assume everyone can see the same thing I can. And it's in incognito mode, so it shouldn't be biased. I'll do, if you guys can't find it, let me know. I'll do a video. It shouldn't take too long to show it. Like, I don't know, just on the right-hand side. Let's see. Yeah, right-hand side. There's a thing. Did you find it, Teresa? It's like, let me see if I can open it and show, where did I, Control-Alt-N. If it opens something, I don't know. My computer might, no, it won't open anything on my other one. Sorry, it's the live stream. It won't, at least I don't know how to do it. Maybe I can get it to go now. Control-Alt-N. And sorry, the live stream won't let me do it, or I don't know how anyway. So let me know. Oh, you see, I see customers also bought. Okay, there you are. That's what I'm looking for. I see the also customers bought. And remember, like Amazon's going to suggest stuff that people bought because they bought it in the past. Thus, you are likely to be a buyer who buys it in the future. So that sort of stuff is really powerful. If you can use Amazon's own algorithm to come up with ideas, that's really great. I used to use it in when I did a lot of my author pages to find when I wrote actual books like romance, and I wrote Hallmark type romance. So very, kids could read it type stuff. So also bots was really important to try and get on the also bots. So that's important if you can find and get to that too. If Amazon can suggest it to your target audience, because you've aimed your stuff at that target audience, you're going to use Amazon's algorithm with you or whatever. Anything else? Any other thoughts, questions? Anyone just want to chat, say hi? No? All right. Yeah, I hope you guys are all doing good. I hope if you're staying at home, you're being productive, and I hope all of you are well. I live not in a small town, but kind of a small town, so it's been really quiet around here. Really quiet. So I do see my neighbors when I go walking, but that's kind of about it. And the grocery store is looking pretty sad unless you want lobster. There was a lot of lobster. I live in Virginia, so seafood's pretty prevalent. So seafood's been available, but if you want anything else, it was a little bit scarce. All right, you have a great day, everybody. And yeah, I know, trying to work but focus. It's hard to focus when stressed. So I'm trying to focus on something that will make me feel better. So I'm trying to create products that make me feel better. So that's a start, and hopefully it'll help other people too. Alrighty, you guys all have a great day, and I'll see you next week. I will try and I said I was going to do a research about keywords. I was going to actually do a filmed video, like a non-live, because I know when I'm live, I'm all over the place. So I was hoping with a taped one that I could actually focus and show my screen, because I know how to screencast and record. And then I was also, maybe I'll do one for the also bots if you guys can't find that just a short, quick one to show you how to do it. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Bye. And my stream, there it is.